Hello, lovely people. Today, I want to show you the 3 treatments that I do at home to help me age gracefully. When we hear people talking about aging gracefully, it's usually about us just letting nature take its course, which I'm all good with. Right? However, when I think about aging gracefully, when it comes to my body, my skin, hair, mind, all of that I am keeping it in the best shape and form possible. Today, I'm going to focus on what I do to age gracefully when it comes to skin, particularly my face and neck. So this is one of my new favorites, which is radio frequency. I use the tripolar stop 3. Radio frequency uses low energy radio waves to heat the deeper layers of the skin, the dermis. It's the same technology used in professional office treatments, but now it's available at home. Look at that. The tripolar is 3rd generation radio frequency technology. It's designed to heat both the surface and deeper skin layers simultaneously for more effective results. FDA cleared, safe for all skin tones and types. I had gotten radio frequency done on my trip to South Korea. It's also one of those things you have to continuously do. And the way that I've been doing radio frequency is in conjunction with microneedling, and then also another treatment that I'm going to be incorporating. With this tool, because it's an at-home tool, obviously it's not going to be as strong as a radio frequency tool that is used at in office, but it doesn't mean it's not as effective. So you would have to use it more often, and then as time goes on, you can, not have to use it as much. So I had to do this 3 times a week for 6 to 8 weeks. At the end of the 8 weeks, I went to 8 weeks, I would do it once a week. Then do that for about a month or 2, and then I could go down to twice a month. I'm doing it 4 times a month, so once a week, and then I'll go down to doing it twice a month. It comes with this activator gel that I would use to help glide it across my skin. You don't want to use a thick layer of it because you want it to glide. I do this, and then it also has 3 levels. I'll turn it on. How about I plug it in first? So there's 3 levels. I would turn it on, and then I would use the 3rd level. Right now, since I am in maintenance mode, the thing is that it gets warm. So what it does is the control heat signals the skin to produce more collagen and elastin. Same principle as microneedling, different mechanism. So you kind of have to do it slow because you want this little red light to come on. So collagen gives skin its structure and firmness. Elastin gives it the ability to snap back when you want that snatched look. And over time, radio frequency helps lift and tighten. Particularly effective along the jawline, the neck, and areas where skin starts to lose its definition. You want to split your face into 4. So forehead, cheek, and then neck. And then I would want to do this for like 5 minutes. Hey Siri, set a timer for 5 minutes. I feel like I've seen a difference in this area right here, the nasal fold, whatever it's called. This area right here, the smile lines. Now you need to check, because you don't want to use this at a very high heat if you have thin skin. This area right here, this tends to be like a problem area for some people, but it also helps with that as well. Nice, slow, and controlled. One thing that makes radio frequency unique is you could actually feel it working as you're doing it. The warmth is the treatment. With this setting here, the blue light, it is specifically to tighten your jawline. And you can see it jump. And I go all the way in here as if I'm sculpting. And a little bit on the jaw. Now when you're doing your neck, you definitely do not want to do the center right here, which is your thyroid. You gotta skip the thyroid. But if you got a little chin, that could help. Could help, I say. I ain't trying to make no promises on somebody else's device. You know what I'm saying? So just like with anything else, this will need your consistency. So if you want to implement this into your regimen, make sure that you stay on top of it for 8 weeks, 3 times a week. I know, but it's worth it. To me, it's worth it. You'll see the results in the end. You'll be like, I'm glad I started that. So if you have been on this page at all, I have done several microneedling videos. This is something that I've been doing for a couple of years. So what microneedling is microneedling uses tiny needles to create controlled micro injuries in the skin. And those micro injuries trigger your skin's natural wound healing response. At-home pins are something that we have access to now that we didn't have before because they were usually used by a professional. So what microneedling does in general is stimulate collagen and elastin production. It improves overall skin texture and tone and helps with fine lines, pores, and surface irregularities. Enhances absorption of serums and actives applied after your skin is primed to drink everything in. So now when it comes to skin tightening, collagen is what gives skin its texture. Elastin is what gives it its snap. Both decline as we age, which is what causes skin to sag and lose firmness. Microneedling signals the body to produce more of both, essentially telling your skin to repair and rebuild. Over time, with consistency, you see a lifting and tightening effect, especially along the jawline, the eyes, under the eyes, and the neck. This is not an overnight result, okay? It's a long game, which is why it's part of a regimen and not a one-time thing. For maintenance, where I am, it's about keeping that collagen production active so you're not playing catch up later. You know what I'm saying? I do this monthly or 4 to 6 weeks, let me say that. I do this every 4 to 6 weeks. The frequency depends on needle depth. Deeper needle depths need more recovery time. And right now I'm doing deeper depths, especially today, as you can see, it's pretty deep. I'm doing this as a maintenance practice because right now it's like my skin is pretty tight for my age, but I want to keep it that way for as long as possible. So I'm maintaining, so you won't see any like dramatic results. You just seeing, my skin consistently looking the same. And it's like, going to the gym. You don't stop working out just because you're in shape. You keep it going to maintain what you have. So consistent low drama upkeep beats reactive treatments every time. Okay, so here is the final part of the skin tightening regimen. Now, unfortunately, I will not be showing you guys how to do this because I'm not a professional and I want to be responsible for instructing you guys on how to do something like this, okay? So what I'm doing is mesotherapy. If you ever heard of mesotherapy, it's basically taking syringes and injecting serums or skin boosters, PDRN, growth factors, hyaluronic acid. But what I will be injecting is Hand Heal Exosome Facial Rejuvenation. It is a cell regenerator, and basically it increases your skin's elastin up to 300%. Yes, I got mesotherapy in South Korea and I haven't gotten it again. Now I was like, oh, I can see what it does. However, I didn't know that I could possibly do this at home. I'm not telling you guys to do this at home, but I'm telling you, you could possibly do this at home. I will be injecting this, and this will be the first time that I have done it. What I'm going to do is going to prep my skin, and then I'm going to do the injections, and then I'll come back. Okay? So it is a couple of days later after my mesotherapy session that I did at home. And as you can see, there's no little lumps or bumps or anything like that. It took really well. And I'm excited because I will definitely be doing this treatment again. Now, it's different from microneedling. Like when I do microneedling, I can feel, the needles going across my skin. But because of the numbing cream, it's not so intense. This, however, I did feel the needles and there was blood. There was blood. But that just means I need to get a stronger numbing cream, and I'll be doing that. But I will see results from that in a couple weeks, but I'll be doing this every 4 weeks. The little containers that the exosomes come in, I didn't use a whole one, and I was just doing my face. I didn't do my neck. So if I were to do my face and my neck, I probably would have used the entire little bottle. That's 5 sessions that I would have. That's 5 months supply of that. I am definitely excited that I can add this to my skin tightening, aging gracefully regimen. I hope you guys have found this helpful. I know that some of the tools could be a little pricey, but to me, this is an investment into myself. And doing it at home is actually cheaper. Now, it does take longer because at-home devices aren't at the strength or intensity of some of the treatments that you would get at the med spa or at your esthetician. But I'm patient and I'm at a level where it's like I need this big drastic change. So I'm okay with it and I enjoy doing these things. So let me know below if there is a treatment that you gravitated towards or you want to know more about, and I will, let you know what I know. And let me know what you are wanting to try. So I do have a link below for the microneedling pen and a little code. And also I can leave below links for all of the other things that I used. Okay, so let's age gracefully. All right, just taking care of ourselves. To me, in my eyes, that's what aging gracefully is really taking care of yourself, becoming the best version of yourself in all areas. And that's really what this channel is about anyway. So thank you for staying all the way to the end, and I will see you next time.